And as you're settling in, as we do, just settling into that really familiar pathway of the breath. So perhaps transitioning into a breath that comes in and out through the nose, noticing the sound, the sensation, the movement of that breath. And the email I sent out right before class, I just pointed out something that I know has been really useful for me about having a yoga practice right now. And it's really true all the time, but just that taking time to move and breathe with a kind of mindful, heartful attention can really switch us out of kind of contracted small space, both mentally and physically, and kind of give us an opportunity to touch into a different quality of aliveness, a more open-hearted, kind of spacious and open quality to the body and mind. So if that resonates for you in some way, you might acknowledge that or honor that in your own way. And as you're breathing and shifting awareness inward, maybe embodying in some way part of that intention, touching that open-heartedness, that spacious awareness as you breathe. Maybe it just feels like a little bit of softening to the skin, the muscles, the bones, a little bit of heaviness down into the hips. So just touching aliveness with gratitude, with open-heartedness. And then you might choose to bow your head for a moment and blink your eyes open. And just take in your surroundings for a moment with your eyes. And then just lifting the gaze forward and taking a soft gaze with the eyes, just a breath or two, just taking things in. And we're going to inhale and bring the palms to touch each other, and then exhale, press them together. Inhale, broaden the chest, so you just sit up a little bit taller. And then exhale, interlace the fingers, just press the palms forward and round the back a little bit and tuck the chin. And then rolling forward over the sitting bones, lifting the arms up, looking up, breathing in, and then just reaching the arms wide and down as you exhale. Do this a few more times, just kind of starting to move into that open space. Inhale, palms together, sitting up tall, broadening the chest. Exhale, interlacing the fingers, rounding the back a little bit, tucking the chin, pressing the palms forward. And then inhale, rolling up over the sitting bones, reaching the arms up, looking up, and exhale, arms widen down. Let's do that one more time. Palms in, inhale, press, and broaden. Exhale, interlace fingers, press the palms forward, round the back. Inhale, rolling over the sitting bones, lifting the arms, looking up, reaching up, and then exhale, just bringing the arms wide and down. And then from here, we're gonna lie down on our backs. So you can just move your legs to the side, roll forward, whatever works, and lie all the way down. And let's right away stretch the legs out onto the floor in front of you. And then interlace your fingers and reach your arms overhead. So the arms and legs reach away from each other. Find your breathing in and out through the nose. Hug the legs all the way together. Draw in below the navel. Reach the sitting bones to the heels. Reach overhead with the arms. Inhale here. And then we're going to side bend to the left. So kind of side bending your body to the left. So I'm sliding my arms and shoulders over to the left. I'm actually sliding my feet over to the left as well. And you might even take your right ankle on top of your left ankle, crossing the ankles, pressing with the palms, opening up that right side. Take a breath, inhale, and a full breath, exhale, softening the shoulders, the back of the head down, drawing in below navel. Let's come back to the center. So uncrossing the feet, arms straight up overhead, legs outstretched. And then exhale, start to side bend to the right. So scooting the arms and the torso over, maybe sliding the legs over, maybe even crossing the left ankle over the right ankle. Lengthening through the legs and the arms, opening the left side, take an inhale and an exhale. And then inhale, coming back to center. And let's hug the knees into the chest as we exhale, bringing the knees in, hands to the knees, maybe drawing the knees towards the armpits. Inhale and exhale. Just letting the head and shoulders be soft, drawing in below the navel deeply here. And then place your feet on the yoga mat. So we're going to take the right leg and reach it up to the ceiling. For me, I'm going to take my left leg and outstretch it onto the floor in front of me. And then we're going to circle the right leg. So just drawing circles with the right leg, like you're drawing a circle on the ceiling with your toes. And keep the left leg in a way that it's grounding you, whether it's foot on the floor or leg outstretched. And you can experiment with the size of the circles. They can be tiny or they can be big. Just circling. Let's do one more, whichever direction you started. And then we're just going to switch directions. So switching directions, just drawing circles with that right leg, using the left leg and the breath and the belly to ground yourself. Let's take one more circle, whatever direction you had switched to, and then come back to center. Hover the left leg over the floor. So if it was not outstretched already, go ahead and outstretch the leg. Inhale, arms reach overhead, away from you or away from your legs. And then exhale, clasp your hands to your right leg and bow your head to your knee. And just knit the navel down, drawing the leg in towards you, hovering the left leg. Take another exhale here. And then inhale, rest the head down. And exhale, hug both knees into the chest. Let's just pause. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you might place your right foot to the floor and reach your left leg up. You might reach your right leg out onto the floor in front of you. Circling the left leg. So just drawing circles with the left leg, any size. They can be tiny, they can be big. Just stabilize yourself with your breath, with your midline, with your right leg, however it's supporting you here. Let's take one more circle that first direction, and then just switch, circling the other way, and preferably staying in a pain-free range of motion here. So just circling, let's do one more circle that direction. And then we're going to bring that leg back up, reach out through the right leg and hover it, and then clasp hands to the left leg. Take an inhale, exhale, knitting navel to spine, bowing head to knee. Take a full breath here, inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, rest your head down, and exhale, hug both knees in. Just pause, breathing in and out right here. Let's rock ourselves up onto our hands and knees. So maybe you cross your ankles, rock up, and come into tabletop. From here, just about 3 breaths in cat-cow. So as you inhale, you might arch your back and look up. And as you exhale, you can round, curl, and bow your head. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, as always, if there are other movements that feel better for you, please feel free to explore that. Exhaling, curling. Inhale, arching the back, looking up. Exhale, curling, rounding, bowing the head. Let's just come into neutral as we inhale. And exhale, pause. So really just practicing in a way that allows you to kind of transition from a really kind of contracted and small quality of body and mind to a really more open-hearted, spacious kind of experience. Let's take the right leg, reach it back behind you, and hover the leg. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, we're going to shift forward, bend the elbows like chaturanga, and push the right heel all the way up, as high as you can. Inhale, pull back up to tabletop with the leg back, and then exhale, pull the knee to the nose and bow the head to the knee. Inhale, reach the right leg back again. Exhale, pause there. Let's take the left arm and reach it forward. Get really long from the inside as you inhale, and then bend the knee and reach back with the hand to grab hold of your foot. Pull the shin back, drive the foot up as you inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach the arm and leg away from each other, lengthening again. And then hands to the floor, knee to the nose, curling in as you exhale. Inhale, reach the leg back again. And then exhale, bring the knee to the floor. Same thing, other side, left leg back, just pause with the leg reaching back. Inhale here, lengthening. Exhale, shift forward, bend the elbows straight back, push the heel as high as you can. Inhale, pull all the way back up to tabletop with the leg back. Exhale, pull the knee to the nose, rounding the back, bowing the head to the knee. Inhale, reaching the leg back again. Exhale, pause. Reach the right leg, the right arm forward, inhale. And then you can bend the knee, reach back with the hand and connect hand and foot together. Inhale, pull the shin back. Exhale, drive the foot up, soften the chest. Take another full breath here. And then inhale, reaching front to back with the arm and leg. Exhale, hand and knee to the floor. We're gonna do one more time on each side. Right leg back, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga with the arms as the heel pushes up. Inhale, pull back up to the starting position. Exhale, pulling knee to nose, curling in, bowing head to knee. Inhale, reaching back again. Exhale, pause. Inhale, left arm reaches forward. Exhale, bend the right knee, connect hand and foot together. Inhale and exhale, kind of starting to open the chest here. And then inhale, reach the arm and leg away from each other. Exhale, hand to the floor, knee to the nose, one more time. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, both knees down. Last time, other side. Left leg reaches back, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga with the arms. Push the heel up. Inhale, pull all the way back up. Exhale, curling, bowing head to knee. Inhale, reaching back again. Exhale, pause. Right arm reaches forward. Inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, connect hand and foot. Inhale and exhale here. Inhale, reaching long through the arm and the leg. One more time, hand to the floor, knee to the nose, curling in, bowing head to knee. Inhale, reaching back, and tabletop as you exhale. Good. Let's go right into our forearm plank. So forearms to the floor, step the feet back, and come into your breath. So grounding into the elbows. So even here, lifting to the belly button, lengthening through the collarbones and the heels. Take another full breath, inhaling. And then exhale, we're gonna roll onto the right forearm. So I'm swinging my forearm parallel to the top edge of my mat, lifting the hips, maybe reaching the left arm overhead. See if you can find a breath or two here. Hug in with the legs, lift the hips, reaching. One more exhale. Inhale, back to forearm plank. Exhale, let's go to the other side. Left side, forearm plank, rolling over, lift the right arm. Lift the hips, reach overhead with the right arm, opening up that right side. Take another full exhale here. Inhale, back to forearm plank. Exhale, lower the hips down. Let's move into Sphinx Pose with the legs reaching back. You might choose to press and lift up off of your elbows into Bhujangasana. Your choice. Maybe you do that. One more inhale. And then exhale. Lower all the way down and rest for 2 breaths. Right, just touching aliveness with this quality of open-heartedness, gratitude, just softening for a moment. We're going to do all those things one more time, one final time. So forearm plank first. Start with forearm plank and breathe. See if you can find a little bit more spaciousness, even if it's just with your breath here. I like to experiment with pushing the yoga mat long, pushing elbows and toes away, maybe pulling them together, maybe trying to do both at the same time. One more exhale, and then inhale, rolling onto the right forearm, into forearm side plank, maybe reaching the left arm overhead. Let it be a little bit sweeter as you exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale back to forearm plank. And inhale onto the left side. So swinging the left forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Lifting the right arm. Using your legs, hugging and lengthening. Take a full breath in here. And then exhale, lower back to forearm plank. Another inhale here. And then exhale, lower the hips. One more time, either Sphinx Pose or lifting up onto the hands, lifting the elbows up for Cobra. Take another inhale here. And exhale, lower all the way down. Just letting go with your next breath. Great part of that spaciousness, that open-heartedness, it's really just letting go. Letting go of that squeeze, that tightness, that tension. From here, we're going to rise either into tabletop or plank, and then downward facing dog. So use your breath. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to push back. And totally fine to rest in child's pose if that feels useful to you right now. If you're in downward dog, you might pedal your feet. You might keep your knees bent. See if you can feel or sense into your breath. Okay, come back to the breath, the sound, the sensation, the movement. See if you can feel with that breath a lifting and deepening of the creases at the tops of the thighs. And without losing that lift and depth, drop the sitting bones to the heel, lift the belly, and reach the arms forward, bow the head. Let's take an inhale here, and then left arm reaches for right leg. Look under the right armpit. So it's a twist. If you're in child's pose, you could do thread the needle. Take a full breath here, rotating, looking under the right arm. And then inhale, release the left arm out to downward dog. And exhale, other side. So right arm under. Hip creases are still lifting as high as they can. Sitting bones are dropping without losing that depth. One more exhale here. Inhale, reach the right arm out to downward dog. Exhale, pause. If you're in child's pose, come into downward dog. And then bring the feet to the hands, hug the legs in, lengthen, look up, inhale. And bow all the way down, exhale, nice full breath, heavy head. Let's hug the legs in, press the feet down, rise up, reach up, look up, inhale. And then just bring your arms down, exhale. So pausing here just at the top of your mat, finding your breath, and again, touching that intention. Right? Just stepping out of that kind of small, contracted space of body and mind and really entering into something a little more spacious, wide open. Let's take an inhale, lift the arms and look up, maybe lean back a little bit. Exhale, bow forward over the legs all the way down. Hugging the legs in, draw in below the navel, lengthen and look up. Fingertips down, step the right foot back and pause. So in a low lunge, just take an inhale, stake the hips, broaden the collarbones. And then exhale, push the left leg into one-legged plank. Inhale here, exhale, chaturanga, maybe pushing the heel up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Full deep breath. Come back to sound, sensation, movement of breath. This is one of the ways that we just gather and focus attention so it's not so scattered. Gather and focus attention. There's a contraction to the midline, that refining, and then a simultaneous expansion, opening. As you inhale, press, lift, and reach the right leg as high as you can, up and back. And then pull the right foot forward between the hands, up on the left toes. Inhale, sink the hips, broaden the collarbones, look up. Exhale, step the left foot forward, fold over the legs. Hug the legs in, draw in below navel, lengthen, look up, inhale. Exhale, bowing over the legs, all the way. Inhale, rise, reach and look up, full breath, palms touch. Exhale, arms to your sides. One more time, same thing. Inhale, lift the arms and look up. Exhale, bow forward over the legs. Hugging and lengthening, looking up, inhale. Fingertips down, left foot steps back, exhale. So into that low lunge, take a big breath in, broaden the chest. Exhale, palms down, push the right leg back. Inhale here, exhale that one leg chaturanga. If you can, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just breathing. Just sensing. What does aliveness feel like right now? Can you touch aliveness gently, mindfully, heartfully? Let's take an inhale, press, lift, and reach the left leg up and back. And then pull that left foot forward between the hands, up on the right toes. Inhale, sink the hips, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, step the right foot forward and fold over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up, lift the arms and look up. And exhale, arms to your sides. Utkatasana, inhale. So I like to have my feet and legs all the way together. Bend the knees and lift the arms, inhaling. Exhale, bow all the way down over the legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fingertips down, right foot back, drop it 45 degrees, bend the left knee. Inhale, rise into warrior one. So we did this last week. You're gonna exhale, bend your elbows like cactus arms and lean back. Inhale, just lift the arms, reach up. Same thing again, exhale, bend the elbows, lift the chest, lean back. Inhale, reach up through the arms. One more time, exhale, bend the elbows, sink into the left knee, lean back. Inhale, just reach the arms up, palms touch, look at the thumbs. Exhale, palms in, turn to the right, bend the right knee, push the left leg straight for a Mandala Namaskar. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Turn to the back, bend the right knee. Lift the arms for warrior one. Same thing. Exhale, you bend the elbows wide, lean back. Inhale, use your legs. Rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, bend the elbows, lean back. Again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, leaning back, bending the elbows. Keep the chest lifted. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch, gaze to the thumbs. And exhale, hands down, maybe one-legged vinyasa. Maybe regular vinyasa, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, all the way back. Full breath. Reconnecting here. Let's take an inhale, press, lift, and reach the left leg up and back. Exhale, pull the left foot forward, drop the right foot. Rise into warrior one again, all the way up, inhale. This time, right hand down, step the left foot back into side plank. Lift the hips, reach the left arm overhead here for side plank. Stay here and breathe. Firming right shoulder blade onto the back. Take another exhale. Inhale, step the left foot towards the right hand. Exhale, turn, palms together, bend the right knee, push the left leg straight. It's moving into a side lunge. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, move to the left. Good. Inhale, stand all the way up again. Turn to the back of the mat. The top of the mat, right foot in front. Warrior one, inhale, reaching up. And exhale, left hand down, step the right foot back, side plank. Lift the hips up, reach the right arm overhead. Stay here as you exhale. Side plank, another full breath in and out. And then inhale, bring the right foot to the top of the mat. And exhale, bring the left foot to the top of the mat, folding over the legs. Inhale, hugging in, drawing in, lengthening, looking up. Exhale, bow over the legs all the way. Bend the knees, lift the arms, inhale, look up. And exhale back to Samasthiti. One more of those. Bend the knees and lift the arms. Inhale, look up. Utkatasana. Exhale, bow over the legs. Hugging and lengthening, looking up. Inhale. Fingertips down, left foot back first. Drop it 45 degrees, bend the right knee. Inhale, lift all the way up. This time a different variation you're used to. Exhale, hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers, lift the chest, reach the arms back, look up, and then exhale, bow forward on the inside of the right leg if you wish. Bring the head all the way down. So see if you can lift below the navel, bow the head, and breathe. One more full exhale here. Inhale, rise all the way up, let the arms reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, palms in, turn to the left, bend the left knee, push the right leg straight. Inhale, stand back up to center, and exhale to the right. Good. Inhale, stand all the way back up. Same thing, other side, left foot in front, right foot 45, lift the arms, inhale. Exhale, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, reach into the back foot, lift the chest up, inhale. Exhale, bow forward on the inside of that left leg, all the way. Find your breath, find your legs, find your belly. Take another exhale. Inhale, come all the way up, let the arms reach up. Exhale, hands down. Maybe it's one-legged chaturanga or regular chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Drop into your breath here. Right, so just that gesture of coming back to the here and now. Can you let it be a really gentle gesture of touching aliveness? A mindful and also heartful gesture. Take a full exhale. We're gonna lift the right leg up and back as we breathe in, really nice big reach with the right leg, and then pull the right foot forward, drop the left foot. Warrior one, inhale all the way up. And then again, side plank. So left hand down, step the right foot back. Okay, so any variation of side plank, if you like that pulse that we've done in the past, you could do that, you could stay still. Let's take another full exhale wherever you are. And then we'll take with an inhale, that right foot steps towards the left hand. And then exhale, palms in, lift up, turn to the left, and bend the left knee, push the right leg straight. Inhale, rise back to center, and exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, rise back to center, turn the feet. So we're warrior one with the left foot in front, facing the top. Lift the arms, inhale, and then right hand down, step the left foot back, side plank. One more time, any variation that feels useful to you right now, including resting, touching the knee down. Wherever you are, take another exhale. And then inhale, left foot steps towards the right hand, and exhale, right foot steps in, fold over the left. Hugging and lengthening, looking up, inhale. Exhale all the way down. Bend the knees, we're gonna hold Utkatasana, okay? So bend the knees, lift the arms, breathe in. I like to bring my feet and legs all the way together in Utkatasana. Hug them together, palms flat together. Draw in below the navel and reach from the upper back through the fingertips. Keep squeezing. See if you can sit back a little bit more as you reach up. Take another inhale. Exhale, bow all the way down. We're just coming into a standing forward fold. So let's move the head into a place where it can be heavy. You might like to grab your opposite elbows. You might like to grab your feet or your ankles. Take a couple more breaths here, and it's okay to bend your knees. Another full exhale. Maybe a little shake of the head, yes or no. With your next inhale, we're going to rise all the way up. Let the arms reach up. And then just bring the arms down. Exhale. Okay, so we've been kind of working this standing balance for a little while. We're going to come back to it now. So let's begin with the palms to touch each other and exhale down into the feet. So you just take this to whatever level feels useful to you right now. Inhale, lift the right knee in front of you. Exhale, cross the right ankle on the left thigh and sit back. So this is phase one. Here's the thing. If you can find your hip creases, let them get deeper and deeper and longer as you sit back. Draw in below the navel, drop the sitting bones without losing that depth. Outstretch the arms, palms touching, inhale. Turn towards the right foot. So you're turning to the left and sliding the right arm down the right foot. Maybe if you get to your upper arm, you bend your elbows and bring your palms together, thumbs towards your center chest. If this feels relatively easy, then you might explore palms to the floor, standing on the right arm with the right foot, and lifting the left leg. So the arms are in chaturanga. Take a full breath wherever you are. As you exhale, if your left foot is lifted, bring it down. And then let's all inhale, release the pose, lift the right knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the foot down and the arms down. Pause, take a breath in and out. Palms together. Exhale, down into the feet. Inhale, lift the left knee. Exhale, left ankle on right thigh. So phase one is letting the hips start to open and simultaneously deepening to the midline. That deepening and lengthening of hip creases, dropping buttocks flesh, and finding the right balance between those two actions. Palms together, arms reach forward, inhale. Turn towards your left foot, so turning to the right, sliding the left foot down the left arm. Maybe getting past the elbow, palms into the center chest, broadening, twisting, broadening collarbones towards the thumbs. If that is relatively easy, then you explore the arm balance, chaturanga with the arms, reaching that right leg up, and breathing here. Wherever you are, next time you exhale, if that foot is lifted, touch it down or grounding yourself. And then inhale, we'll all rise up, release the leg and the arms. Exhale, feet together and arms down. Let's just take a full breath in, full breath out. And then inhale, lift the arms and look up. Exhale, bow forward over the legs. So we're going to touch fingertips to the floor, and you might need to have your knees bent. No problem, just bend them if that's needed. We're going to take the right leg, reach it straight back like warrior three, and then exhale, pull it straight out to the right. Inhale, reach it back again. Exhale, pull to the right if you can, however much you can. Inhale, reach back again. One more time. Exhale, pull to the right, draw in below navel. Inhale, reach the leg back. And then exhale, just a standing split. Bow the head to the knee. Inhale, come halfway up. Warrior three, exhale, pause. As you inhale, take a little bend in your left knee. Stand all the way up. Lift the right knee into the chest. Reach the arms up. And then cross right thigh on top of left thigh and bend elbows into cactus arms. We're moving into eagle pose. Right arm under the left. Either give yourself a hug or wrap the arms. Press the elbows forward, lift them up. Sit back. Maybe you curl and hook the elbows over the knees as you exhale. That's optional. Take another breath. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the arms together. Find your midline. One more exhale. And then releasing the arms and the legs. Inhale, reach up. And feet down, arms down, exhale. Just pause. And just touch aliveness here. Let's inhale, lift the arms and look up. Exhale, bow over the legs. Same thing on the other side. You can bend your knees as much as needed. Let's start with fingertips on the floor. Inhale, left leg straight back. Exhale, pull straight out to the left if you can. Inhale, reach it back again. Exhale, pull to the left. Again, inhale, reach back. Exhale, pull to the left. Good. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, standing split. So bow head to knee, lift the foot as high as you can. And then inhale, come back to warrior three, and exhale, pause. You're going to take a little bend in the right leg, lift the arms and lift the left knee, and then cross left thigh on top of right thigh and bend elbows like cactus arms. Left arm under right, give yourself a hug or wrap the arms. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the arms, press the elbows forward, lift them up, and sit back. You can stay right here or exhale and hook elbows over the knees. Just curling into a tight ball if that's your option. Take another full exhale here. Releasing with an inhale, lift the arms and lift the knee. And then foot down, arms down. Exhale. All right, let's just take a full breath in. Reach the arms up, maybe lean back. Exhale, round forward over the legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, maybe high plank or chaturanga. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Right leg up and back. Nice full breath in, reaching. Let's bend the knee. Roll the hip open as you exhale. Knit the front ribs in, draw in below navel, reach and lengthen through the arms. As you inhale, reach that leg back. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand and touch the left knee down. So we're in this low lunge. And we're gonna kind of slow it down here a little bit as we've been doing in this class the last few weeks. So as you're here and you're opening your hips, see if you can imagine that deepening and lengthening of the creases at the tops of both thighs. Deepening, deepening, lengthening. And simultaneously, as those hip creases are deepening and lengthening, the buttocks flesh, the sitting bones get heavy, but not to such an extent that it interferes with the deepening and lengthening of the creases. So they meet in the middle and then direct that energy to the midline. Perhaps you turn the right knee and toes out to the right, right hand to the right thigh, and turn this into a little bit of a twist, if you wish. Squeezing the legs, deepening hip creases, dropping buttocks flesh. Take another exhale here. And then let's start to turn back to the top, inhale. So what we've been doing the last couple weeks, exhale, left forearm to the floor, inhale, lift the left knee, and then exhale, step the right foot back into forearm plank. Forearm side plank. Reach the right arm overhead, and then exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, walk the feet into Dolphin Pose. Exhale here, so that's down dog on the forearms. Then see if it's possible to press off of your elbows simultaneously and come into downward dog. Take a full exhale here. One more time, other side. Left leg up, inhale. And then bend the knee, roll the hip, open, exhale. Enjoy that for a breath. And then reach that leg up. Bring that foot to the outside of the hand, exhale. Touch the right knee down. So again, because most of you are practicing with me a lot, I just want to invite you to kind of deepen some of those subtle sensations of opening. So what I find is that connection to the midline actually deepens the coherence of the joints and allows them to open more with less effort, with less strain. So not really stretching or pulling them apart, just releasing the space inside them and deepening to the midline. So if you can feel or imagine that deepening and lengthening of the hip creases and simultaneously dropping the buttocks flesh, and feel when you do that in the right proportion, there's a deeper kind of lifting and toning to the pelvic floor and the low belly. And then let's potentially turn the left knee and toes out to the left hand to the left thigh, turning that into a twist, broadening collarbone. So you're activating that midline and lengthening up through the armpit chest. Take one more exhale. And then turning back towards the top of your mat. Right forearm to the floor. Inhale, lift the right knee. Exhale, step the left foot back into that forearm. Grounding into the right elbow, reaching overhead with the left arm. Find your legs. Take another inhale. And then exhale, forearm plank. And then we're going to press into dolphin. So hips lift. Inhale, walk the feet in. Exhale. Inhale, rising into down dog. Exhale, pause. Inhale, right leg reaching up. Exhale, bending knee, rolling hip open. Inhale, reaching leg up and back again. This time, pigeon pose. Bring the shin forward for pigeon. Left leg back. So same idea. Coming back to the breath. So refining that quality of attention with the breath to feel the subtleties. Deepening, lengthening hip creases, dropping buttocks flesh, drawing in below navel, broadening armpit chest. Maybe you find an exhale to lengthen and bow over the right leg and come into sleeping pigeon if you wish. And then just feel into it. Just touch aliveness with this quality of wakefulness, this open-heartedness. Good. Find your next exhale here. We're going to start to come out of this. You'll have the option to just move back into that one-legged dog position, or you'll be welcome to take it into a back bend. So let's start to press and lift up. Use an inhale to reach that right leg all the way up and down. Maybe you exhale, bend the knee, roll the hip open. Maybe you stay there, or touch the right foot to the floor, spin the left toes to the back of the mat, and lift the right arm. Take a full breath. Finish the back bend with an exhale. And then wherever you are, let's reach that right leg all the way back up into one-legged dog with an inhale. And then both feet down, downward dog, exhale. One more time, other side. Left leg up, inhale. Nice big reach, bend the knee, roll the hip open. It's a really spacious gesture, wide open here. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Exhale, bring the shin forward for pigeon. So left shin forward. And just take about 3 full deep breaths, just settling in. So if you're able to feel some of those qualities, the deepening, lengthening of the hip creases, the dropping of the buttocks flesh, the lifting to the low belly, broadening to the armpit chest, and then exhale, bowing over the left leg. and just listening for a moment. Touching aliveness with that kind of open-hearted quality, that quality of deep listening. Let's take another full exhale here. And then let's start to rise and come all the way up. So again, same options. You can just lift your left leg into that one-legged dog position with the knee bent, or you can step that left foot to the floor behind you, spin the right foot to the back, and lift into a back bend, reaching left arm overhead. Breathing here. Finish the pose with an exhale. And then inhale, come all the way back and around, lift the left leg, and exhale both feet down. Downward facing dog for a breath in and out. Before we transition onto our bottom, let's just bring the forearms to the floor one more time. And maybe you just explore reaching one leg up. Maybe you explore reaching the other leg up as if you're going to come to balance on your forearms. And maybe you do a little bit. And then let's just touch the knees down and rest in child's pose. Forehead down, hips back, just breathing. Let's take one more full exhale here. And then we're going to rise up and move our bottom to the side, outstretch the legs, and we're going to open the legs wide apart. So opening the legs up, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale here, just sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, start to come forward, and you just fold forward any amount, right? Whatever amount feels possible right now. Just even if it's the tiniest bit, reaching through the legs, knitting the pubic bone, tailbone, sitting bones together, drawing in below the knee. Let's take another full exhale here. And then start to come back up as you inhale. We're going to just lean to the left. So you can slide your left hand down your left leg, maybe reach your right arm overhead. Maybe you have your left elbow on the floor on the inside of your left leg, reaching the right arm. Like a side bend here. One more exhale. Inhale, come back up. And same thing to the other side. So maybe just sliding right arm down right leg. Maybe you bring right forearm on the inside of right shin and left arm overhead. Another full exhale. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, pause. So slide hands under the knees. We're going to slide the heels in and then lift the legs into Navasana. Any version of Navasana that you wish right now. Breathing. Hugging legs. I like to really think about an internal rotation of the legs here to knit in below the navel, broaden the collarbones. Keep breathing. You can do this another couple of breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, fold the legs. Inhale, press and lift your bottom up, and then maybe roll forward and step into downward facing dog. Touch your knees down. We're going to do a couple of back bends on our knees. So rising up onto your knees, okay? So you can do this. This can be a tiny gesture of a back bend. This can be a big gesture. See what works for you right now. Let's start with hands on the hips. Hug the legs in, broaden the collarbones, lift the chest. Bring the hands to the glutes or the lower back. Maybe they go to the backs of the thighs as you lean back. Maybe you reach the heels. Anywhere along the way. Lift up, lean back, and breathe. Come back to the breath. Can you touch aliveness with some quality of open-heartedness here, with some sweetness? Take another full breath. If there's pain, you might notice that that gets in the way of really touching aliveness. So you might come out of it. Take another exhale, and then inhale, rise all the way back up. And exhale, come to tabletop. So just pause for a moment. Maybe move a little bit if that feels useful. We're going to do this again. And again, just go only so far as you can really stay awake to that breath in a way that feels actually nourishing and that you can touch aliveness gently. Right, so sometimes we have to modify the poses radically. Okay. Hands on the hips, inhale, broaden the chest. So it might be right here. You might start to lean back a little bit. You might end up leaning back a lot, but just stay attuned, right? With the breath, with the subtle qualities of the breathing. And you can explore, see where you are. Let's take another exhale, and then use your legs, hugging in, pressing down to rise, and then back to tabletop. Exhale. Take a moment, maybe a little cat-cow or whatever feels good there. We're going to do that one more time. Camel Pose, Navasana. Okay? So rising onto the knees. And just because you went a certain amount back last time, or even the time before, you don't have to go as far the third time. Just see what feels like the most wise and loving gesture for yourself right now. Hugging in, lengthening first, that's all. Maybe there's some leaning back, a little bit, a lot, whatever it is. Feel into it. Feel into it from the inside with the breath. Let's take another full exhale here, wherever you are. And then inhale, rise all the way back up. And slowly into tabletop exhale. And then maybe you shift your hips to downward dog. Maybe you lift your hips maybe you push your hips back for child's pose or lift your hips for downward facing dog. So wherever you go, somewhere that you can take a few breaths and offer that quality, that open-hearted quality of listening for. So we're going to move into inversions now. You might not want to do an inversion at all, which is totally fine, and you can lie down and do a few reclined stretches. You can do a restorative inversion, like put your legs up the wall for a couple of minutes. You can do an active inversion, right? Whatever works for you right now. So take a moment to decide, and let's take about 10 full deep breaths. And maybe you have more, maybe you have less, somewhere that you can find your breath. Wherever you are, after your next few breaths, unless you're already in a restorative reclined position or something supported, make your way towards a counter pose, whether it's child's pose, or if you did shoulder stand, you might do some fish pose, vinyasa, something where you can kind of start to undo and pause. And as you do, as you rest for a moment, just sensing who you are right now. Touching aliveness with that kind of mindful, heartful attention, just sensing who you are right now. Just receiving yourself right now with that open-hearted quality of aliveness. So with your next few breaths, you can make your way onto your back if you're not there already. And let's place the feet on the yoga mat about as wide as the mat and touch the knees together. So feet wide, knees together, maybe a hand on the belly and a hand on the heart. Just being settled for a moment. Receiving the weight of your body down into the earth. Right here where it belongs. It belongs right here. We're going to just now keep the right hand on the belly, let the left arm reach overhead, and then take the feet, turn them away from each other, and then tip the knees like windshield wipers to the right, and lengthen and open the left side. See if you can just breathe here. Just come back to the simplicity of the breath. Let the weight of the body just be held by the earth. Let awareness expand to fill the wide open space of the present moment. And then let's inhale back onto the soles of the feet, switch the hands, and switch the knees. And breathe. For your next inhale, let's bring the soles of the feet back onto the floor. And hug the knees in. So right here, what I'm gonna do is bring my knees wide towards the armpits, and then soles of the feet up, and I'm gonna grab the outer edges of the feet, coming into happy baby. Even here, deepening that breath in such a way, and you can explore this here. I like to explore this here, so see how it feels for you. Deepening, lengthening the hip creases, letting them get really deep and long. And then the buttocks flush now is actually lifting up to the ceiling as the hip creases deepen and lengthen, and the belly just naturally gets more lifted and toned. So drawing in below the navel as you make those actions. And you might find that your knees sink deeper to the floor with less effort. Let's take another full breath here, exhaling, and maybe you're rocking a little bit side to side. And then we'll just release the feet back to the floor and pause. So we're going to start to transition into our final resting position, into Shavasana. You're welcome to just outstretch your legs from here. You might choose to rest in a different position. Whatever works for you, start to explore that right now. So making your way down, and we're going to rest for probably about 5 full minutes, maybe a few minutes beyond that. So 5 to 7 minutes of resting. So as you're making your way down, you're welcome to close your eyes. You might take some breaths, just intentional breaths to exhale out through the mouth. Just sensing your skin, your muscles, your bones. Like heavy weights just softening. Sensing the weight, the volume of the body just held by the density of the earth. You belong right here. This moment, this breath, this body. Sensing that connection, that unity, that wholeness that can arise with belonging. And sensing who you are in these moments. Just that spacious, wide, open vibration of presence, inside and outside. The personal and the universal, just intimately connected, woven together. Just waves on the ocean. Really savoring these moments. For your next few breaths, you might reach your arms overhead and draw your knees into your chest. Maybe rolling onto one side and pausing there. Taking some breaths, just resting on your side. And then eventually just take your time and rise all the way back up into seated. We'll close together there for just a moment. So once you find your way into seated, you might close your eyes, you might just take a soft gaze, just like we started. And as the opening intention is really a shift of awareness inside, really touching our inner life with gratitude, with mindfulness, with heartfulness. The closing intention is really a way of honoring the desire for those qualities to be expressed outwardly. That open-hearted awareness to be really available in the world in more moments. So sometimes I like to think of that closing intention as just whatever your prayer is for the world or for your engagement in the world. How can this practice in some way be of benefit, not just to yourself, but to others? And there might not be a sense of knowing exactly, and that's okay. Just listen. Namaste. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Love seeing you this week, and I hope to see you again. I'm going to take a moment to unmute. If you want to just take off, that's totally fine.